are back!
Yes. Now, Kim, punta naman tayo sa mga social issues na na-apply dito sa movie na ito.
Okay, ako, the first one that I noticed from the first few minutes of the movie pa lang is bumungad agad ang mukha ng kahirapan. It's the cue na the movie is gonna showcase a lot of things about poverty, and it did. Poverty is the exact reason why the young boys became vulnerable to being targeted. Kahit sa gabi, they can be seen scavenging. Actually, a common thing about all the victims is that they were the ones who put food on the table. Sila ang pangunahing bumubuhay sa mga pamilya nila. Yung mga kaedaran nila, nag-aaral, naglalaro sa kalsada habang sila nagpapakahirap para lang maitawid ang isang araw nang hindi kumukulo ang sikmura.
There's this small detail sa film nung pumunta sina Father Saint sa simbahan na nagsasagawa ng feeding program every week for the locals. Biglang tinanong ni Father Lucero yung isa ring pare kung nakatanggap sila ng suporta galing sa gobyerno at sinagot nga nito ng once every month lang nagpapadala ng pagkain sa lugar, si Councilor Mariano. Hindi siya sustainable, di ba? And the fact that the feeding program is not even an initiative of the local government, it speaks for itself today. For me, that's the representation of the ineffectiveness of the government when it comes to mending the problems that our country is facing, especially about kahirapan. At yung libreng dental check-up para sa mga bata ng counselor, I was suddenly reminded of Sara Duterte's plan as DepEd Secretary. Sinabi niya na in order to ensure discipline within the students, kahit elementary pa lang, kailangan na nilang matutong mag-toothbrush regularly. For me, that's pure stupidity, di ba?
I totally agree with what you said.
Right? I said what I said. Another thing, candid lang pero may scene din sa film wherein pinakita ang teenage pregnancy when the mother of one of the victims talked about her pregnancy at 15 years old with the journalist Joanna Bonifacio. And doon din na pumasok yung norm noon na hindi allowed sa Filipino household ang maagang pagbubuntis. Pero as time passed by, it started to be normalized kaya ngayon as we can observe, very prevalent na talaga ang teenage pregnancy, which I think is one of the reasons din kung bakit di matapos-tapos ang problema sa gutom at kahirapan.
Pero we can't entirely blame them pa rin kasi the problem is rooted from the rotten education system dito sa Pilipinas. Bottom line, maling pamamahala pa rin ng gobyerno ang dahilan. Speaking of gobyerno, very contradicting din yung pagplaster ni Councilor Mariano ng buong mukha niya sa mobile clinic at pagsama niya kay Father Saints na pumunta sa clinic mismo in the middle of the night to check some files of the children. Either she's just like showing off her face, but it's really genuine, or hindi siya genuine at all. And everything is just for publicity. And I'm convinced that it's the latter, because in the film, she's aiming to be re-elected. She's giving typical trapo sa gobyerno vibes.
Syempre, we cannot forget about Father Lucero's iconic line, "Time and forgetfulness are allies of abusers." At the peak of 2022 elections, sumikat ang quote na to dahil sa pagtakbo ni Bongbong Marcos na anak ng diktador na nagpahirap ng bansa for 21 freaking years. Libo-libo ang namatay ni pinahirapan, kinulong, and it's so messed up na 31 million foolish people still voted for him.
To be honest, I was disappointed but not surprised at all. They've done it in the past, and I bet they will keep doing it until wala nang mapiga sa Pilipinas. Ilang taon na ang nakalipas matapos nating pabagsakin ang diktadorya. Ngayon ay bumalik sila sa kapangyarihan? It's like all of these years of fighting against them has been wasted.
Yes, pero wag tayong panghinaan ng loob kasi there will be hope someday. I hope.
Ay, nako, mabalik tayo sa serial killer. As I mentioned earlier, the killer thinks of himself as weak and fragile, just like his victims. Why is that? Kasi he used to be sexually assaulted by his PE teacher with his other classmates. He bottled his trauma until he couldn't take it longer and decided to unalive his perpetrator. But even after doing it, he wasn't still satisfied and decided to kill more people. One bad thing led to another. To conquer a monster, he became a monster himself.
Pinakita nga sa film na walang pinipiling kasarian at edad ang mga hayok sa laman at kung gaano kalala ang kinahantungan ng kawalan ng atensyon sa sexual assault victims. This is very important to be discussed din, lalo na at usong-uso ang victim blaming. Hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas but in other countries as well.
Another social issue na present sa film is impunity ng mga nasa pwesto. Hindi pinakita kung naparusahan ba sina Director Mapa at Attorney Arsina sa ginawa nilang frame-up. Sa ating mga dear listeners, what do you guys think about this? Should be punished by the law sa ginawa nilang frame-up act and madismiss lang sa trabaho and their position? Or maalis lang sila sa trabaho and mawala ang eligibility and licenses nila?
Let us know by commenting your thoughts sa comment section below.
Now let's proceed to our next topic for this episode. I think it's the fact that not all churches are well funded and is still seeking for sponsorship from government agencies and private businesses and personalities. It might seem like ang mga simbahan natin ay mayaman. Nagkakamali tayo doon dahil behind the beautiful church, nandoon ang fact na priests need to ask for help from their organizations na kinabibilangan ng simbahan na hawak.
Sinabi mo pa. Besides, ang laki ng irony ng Catholic Church eh. To be honest, I really appreciate the aesthetics and the doctrines of the church. Pero I still have questions about how they are applying it.
Totoo, and there are many clergymen who are also involved in any kind of felony. I guess not all priests are so holy after all. Pero totoo nga, yung chika sa amin, daming issue yung mga priest sa church. Kaya, hindi natin sure.
Well, personally, I'm not a Catholic, but I'm a Christian as well. I'm just really curious about how this church hierarchy thing really functions, and somehow naiintriga din talaga ako kung bakit may mga ganitong pangyayari na hinahayaan lang din ng